Oh, hello there guys. Why the frick are you still awake? My nostrils are making weird noises and my brother is looking at me like I'm an alien. I mean, F you. Alright, I'll shut up. Hey, where is Tay? He said he needed to check if his thingy could fit in his toaster. Haven't seen him since then. Dear God. Care to explain the reason to your aggressiveness, mister? Yeah, it's 3 in the morning and I'm not in the mood for this. I was about to shave my foot and suddenly my phone died. Just a regular peaceful Sunday morning, you know. Shut up and find Tay. I have someone I need to introduce you. Alright, Captain. What do we get in exchange? Kai's phone number. Count me in. Heck yeah. You all are really dumb. There's no need. I'm here. Hello, pay attention. I wanted to share the receipt of my awesome experience, but guess I'll have to wait. I'm highly interested. Guys, I'm serious. I'm gonna add my childhood best friend to this group chat. Don't be too weird, okay? He's been through a lot and don't fall for him. He's kinda cute, but yeah, just don't. Wait, what the? Is he gay? Is he annoying? Is he a bottom? Is he sexy? Is he a human? Shut up! Hi, Ko. Should I introduce myself? Well, that's the whole point of Jimin adding you here. I bet he's a bottom. I don't think he's human. Yeah, sure. Ko, introduce yourself to those weirdos. Well, I'm Jungkook. I like twerking to lip and hip and I'm a major 10. Fan of A-Pink and girl groups in general. Oh, and I like sex too. I like this one. I love him already. Great! Another sex addict in this already very sexual group chat. Tay! But it's fine because I just stalked his Twitter page and he looks sexy. Oh, I mean my DMs are always open. Noted? Noted. Tell us about you, Jungkook. Can we call you baby boy? I just wanna go back to sleep. You absolutely can't call me baby boy, but you can call me tonight. We stand a smooth guy. That's it, I'm leaving. There's no way this string just used my signature pickup line. Not trying to be rude, but I still don't know your names. Just call us daddy. Sure, but you might get a little confused if I call all of you that. Well, you can call me ultimate daddy and all others can be minor daddies. I'm sure they will appreciate it. What has my life become? We'll introduce ourselves, but what do we get in exchange? Nudes? I'm loving the idea. Not on my watch, mister. He always ruins the fun. Agreed. You're supposed to be on my side. Whoops. Guess I slipped on the wrong side accidentally. Can you just introduce yourself and refrain from lusting after one another? Sure, fun killer. I'm still up for nudes though. Tay! Sorry, wrong chat. Well, since no one is listening to Jimin, I'll start. I'm Jung Hoseok and I'm too lazy to say anything else. Oh, it's actually easy. I'm Min Yoongi. Wait, really? Oh, come on. I'm Kim Namjoon. And I'm Kim Jeannie. OMG, can I get an autograph? Sorry, I don't have hands. Well, this conversation was surprising to say the least. But you all seem really cool. I'm looking forward to get laid by each and every one of you. John Jungkook! I meant getting to know each and every one of you. Of course, we are kinda iconic. Can I go back to my pole dance practice now? Can I come along? I swear! You'll have to fight the blonde midget if you want to come, but sure. He isn't a problem for me, with his ridiculous height and non-existent muscles and charisma. The disrespect is real. You can flex your hotness all you want, Jungkook. You'll always be a bottom. I am that close to take up your offer and pay you to send me your nudes. What? Tay? That's me? Did you know I have been working out lately? Oh, that's great. Can't relate. Yeah, I have been working out, but people keep telling me that I'm cute and tiny. Which you are. I'm fit enough. I'm not believing that so easily. Sense pic. Still tiny as ever. But, no buts. You're so cute. I just want to squish your cheeks. You're talking about my butt cheeks, right? I'm really not. Too bad. I would love you to squish my butt cheeks. Why are you so horny this morning, huh? Why are you doing this? Doing what? Playing hard to get? It's so annoying. Because baby, if there's one thing I absolutely despise, it's spoiled, impatient brats. I think you don't understand the fact that you are not in charge here and you won't ever be. If you want something from me, I'm the one who decides whether I give it to you or not. And right now, you're just being desperate and it's turning me off. I'm not like the others, Jungkook. I'm not going to let you do whatever you want with me. Well then, I'll just do it with someone else. Oh baby, are you upset? Just shut up. I'll eventually give you what you want at the end, but you have to learn how to take no for an answer. You have to be patient. Patience isn't my thing. I know. When will you give me what I want then? When I feel like it. Which means? Jungkook, what did I just say about being patient and learning how to take no for an answer? Whatever. Why do you keep pushing me away? I wouldn't push you away if you weren't being all bratty and whiny. I'm not whiny nor bratty. Do you think you're some sort of sex god or something? Do you think I want you that badly? Like, yeah, you're hot, but you're no different than all other ones. So if you don't want anything with me, then I'll just go to someone else. Don't get so worked up, doll. I don't want to get away from you at all. I am in fact willing to give you a little something. Wait, are you serious about this? But at one condition. I should have known. Don't worry, baby boy. It's nothing too hard to do. Just something to show me you can be obedient, huh? Just tell me already, Taehyung. Eager, aren't we? I thought you weren't desperate. Shut up. Just tell me, please. Fine. Obey me for a whole day, Jungkook. If you success, I'll give you a reward. How does that sound? Awful. I'm not going to do it. Find something else. Wow, backing out already. How about this? Obey me a whole day, Jeon. I dare you. Are you implying that I can't be good? Prove me wrong, doll. If you can, that is. Fine, I'll try it. But this reward better be worth it. The challenge starts now, by the way. Wow, not wasting time, I see. Of course not. This is a special occasion after all. If you say so, Daddy. Okay, first thing I want you to do. How about we text the group chat, huh? And you call that a challenge? Oh, sorry, I forgot to precise. You are not allowed to make any sexual references during the whole time we talk. Or say anything sexual at all. What? Why? Don't question it. Just do it unless you want to throw away your reward after 3 minutes. You're so annoying, but you know what? Fine. It can't be that hard anyway, can it? The real question is, if 30 minutes of sex equal 200 calories, what's Jungkook's daily workout routine? OMG, yes, please share. For research purposes. Well, I don't think I can. Why not? Yeah, why not, Jungkookie? Day, I'm this close to hitting you in the toes with my candy bong. How intimidating. Trust me, it hurts a lot. Yeah, I can confirm that. What? Why do you think I only have 4 toes on my left foot? Oh, I love talking about anatomy with you all. Don't you agree, Jungkook? Yeah. What's wrong with you, Gook? You're not as bubbly and talkative as usual. I'm just a little tired. Tired, huh? He's tired because he got late 10 minutes ago, guys. Leave him alone. Then go to sleep. Wow, such a smart guy. I can't go to sleep at 3 p.m. Then don't complain about being tired, you disrespectful piece of... Yeah, Jungkook, don't be rude to my baby, you little... And what are you gonna do if I am? Slap me across the knee with your tiny hand? Come at me. Ouch. Excuse me, Jungkook? What? Apologize to your hyungs. Why would I? I didn't do anything wrong to them. Not my fault if they are so sensitive. That brat? It wasn't a question, Jungkook. Apologize to Yoongi and Jimin. You're so going to regret that later, Taehyung. Yeah, I bet I will. Now do it. Fine. I'm sorry, Yoongi Hyung, for calling you. And I'm sorry, Jimin Hyung, for making fun of your height and calling you. Apology accepted. Yeah, whatever. I'm actually shocked that Jungkook listened to Taehyung. Stop talking about it. Well, he's a good boy when he wants to be, isn't he, Jungkook? I guess so. I don't want to ruin the mood or anything, but there's a bug in my room and let me tell you, it is not cute at all. Well, just flick it away or something. But it's so long and thick, and what if it's poisonous? I know something else that's long and thick. What is that, doll? I was talking about my legs, Hyungs. Sure you were. His legs do be thick though. And those thighs. And this brain that he doesn't have one. My bad. That wasn't nice. When was Yoongi Hyung ever nice? He's nice with me. Seokjin Hyung, why did you send me your nudes in private? OMG, please send them to me too. You're doomed, child. Yeah, Taehyung, say something. We want some tea. The suspense is killing me. I think he's offline. It just slipped out and I didn't realize until it was too late. I'm sorry. Ow, aren't you a little cutie? Apologizing like a good boy? I knew I would regret saying that. Just forget about it, okay? Never. But you know what? You have been so good, Guk. Aren't you curious about your reward? Already? I thought the challenge was supposed to last for a day. Okay then, so what's my reward? That's for you to find out, doll. Huh? Wait, you want me to call you? After thinking for a minute, Jungkook decides to call Taehyung. Hello? Jungkook said after clearing his throat, placing his phone next to his ear. His doe eyes were wide open, pretty plump lips pursed in a tight line and eyebrows slightly raised in anticipation as he waited for an answer. He felt giddy and he didn't really know why. He was curious about Taehyung's voice, as if he was different on the phone that when they texted each other, and he was also impatient to see how this would turn out. Taehyung did say it was a reward after all, and Jungkook was expecting something worth the effort he put into winning that reward, so he was expecting a lot. A chuckle echoed from the other line and immediately Jungkook stilled. Damn, you didn't waste a second before calling me. You were really impatient, weren't you? Taehyung finally spoke up, his voice velvety smooth and raspy, as if he had just woken up from a long slumber. Jungkook almost audibly gasped at how deep it was. It was way better than what he had imagined. He cleared his throat once again, refusing to let himself be impressed that easily, and frowned. Did you just wake up from a nap? You know it's not healthy to sleep at random times, right? Another chuckle soon followed by a shiver running down Jungkook's spine. So you care about my health now, huh? The older teased, causing the other boy to scoff. I don't. I was saying it just because... sure. Taehyung hummed, and then a smirk made its way into his face, and although Jungkook couldn't say it, he could feel it in his voice. Nice try at changing the topic, doll, but you didn't answer my question. Jungkook bit down on his lip, surprised that the older had already realized he was trying to avoid his question. Well, what was your question? I asked if you were impatient, but seeing as you couldn't even wait a second before calling me, I guess I already have my answer. Taehyung chuckled, making Jungkook roll his eyes. I have no reason to wait, the latter pointed out. Fair enough, but still it's very amusing to me, especially since you said, and I quote, Do you think I want you that badly? Jungkook scoffed. I still stand by that. I called you because I never say no to a little fun. But if you're just here to be talk and waste my time, I can just... Shut it, Jungkook! Black-haired boy was quick to shut his mouth at the other's unexpected outburst. His voice left no room for an argument, and he found himself obeying his order without even realizing. I told you I was going to give you something, and I will. Jungkook nodded before face-palming himself internally upon realizing that the other couldn't see him. Okay, now that it's settled, you remember how I told you that the challenge was part of the reward, right? That means you still have to obey me until I decide the challenge is over. Yes, I know, Jungkook quickly confirmed. There was a small silence after his words, followed by the sound of Taehyung inhaling deeply. Do yourself, he suddenly demanded. The bluntness of his words startled Jungkook, causing him to hesitate for a second. Excuse me? You heard me, doll. Do it. But... What? Taehyung growled dangerously. Have you never done it before? Do I need to talk you through it? He didn't even wait for a response and leaned back on his chair, a smirk plastered on his face as he spoke up again. What are you wearing? He asked, interested. The younger trailed off, looking down at himself hesitantly. Just a black shirt and my underwear, he mumbled. Well, this just makes it easier. Take off your shirt first, doll, the older instructed. I know how to do it myself. You don't need to talk me through it, Taehyung. Jungkook protested, but sat upon the bed nonetheless, taking off his shirt and discarding it somewhere in the room. Put me on speaker, Taehyung said, completely ignoring the other's complaints. Jungkook sighed and put the order on speaker, placing his phone in front of him while he waited for further instructions. Turn the lights off. Once again, Jungkook complied. He got up from the bed and walked up to where the light switch was, pressing down on it so that the room was practically pitch black now, the only light being the one from the small bedside lamp on his nightstand. Done, he said as he sat back on his bed, giddy with excitement. Now start, my doll. Jungkook cursed, increasing his pace in a hope to get that blissful feeling in his stomach again. But it just didn't work out. He needed more, needed Taehyung. Please, he breathed out, eyes flickering open slowly as he struggled to keep his voice steady. Please what, doll? Taehyung licked his lips impatiently. It was getting harder and harder not to give in to that pretty sounds the younger boy was making almost subconsciously. Can you just... God, this was so embarrassing to say. Jungkook had no idea why he even wanted this in the first place. But who was he to ignore his body's needs? I want... You want? Jungkook groaned in frustration. Taehyung knew he had to. His teasing tone made it obvious. What's wrong, doll? Cat got your tongue? He snickered, but Jungkook didn't even mind. Usually he would reply something snarky back, or roll his eyes and tell him to get lost. But right now, he just felt vulnerable. Want to hear your voice? He managed to whisper in between pants. He flicked his wrist upwards and threw his head back in pure bliss, while Taehyung just chuckled at how submissive the other was being, even if he didn't realize just yet. Is that so? He husked. Want to hear my voice? Just so you can feel it right. That's what I thought. Taehyung talked from the other line, doing his best to ignore Jungkook's cute little moans of pleasure. You're shameless, John Jungkook. He didn't get a verbal response, but the loud moan that slipped past Jungkook's lips after he said these words were enough for him. Taehyung smirked in victory and stuck his tongue out to wet his dry lips. Let me tell you something, baby boy, Taehyung whispered loud enough for the other to hear him clearly. You can play all confident in front of your friends, but remember one thing. Jungkook held his breath, waiting for him to finish his sentence. In my eyes, all you will ever be is an obedient little doll. Jungkook gasped at the older's bluntness. He wasn't used to such a treatment and therefore he had no idea how to answer. He was fascinated by how quick Taehyung had switched personality. He went from bubbly and quirky to dominant and strict in such a short span of time. It was almost scary, but Jungkook wasn't complaining. Good boy, Taehyung praised, a hint of smile in his voice as he let out the breath he didn't realize he was holding until now. I wish I was there to see it. Jungkook didn't say anything. He just lied there in silence, the only sound filling the dimmed room being his own loud pants. Well, how was it? Taehyung inquired after a few minutes, and Jungkook honestly didn't even want to lie. Amazing! It was amazing! Taehyung could only smirk at the brunette's enthusiastic answer. Can we meet up? Someone is already excited. I just want to see you in person. Don't overreact. I should have seen it coming. Anyways, I still want to do it and I don't want to wait. So here's what I propose. Come visit me at my workplace. Your workplace? You work? What do you do? Trust me, it's the most suitable place ever. You don't work as a prostitute, right? Nope. Alright then, your workplace it is. Send me the address again, pretty boy. I'm on it. I seriously hope you are worth my time, Jungkook. I can guarantee that. I'm pretty awesome at it and I'm also a wonderful company. I'll believe it when I'll see it. Now, what are you waiting for? Go get ready. Right. A strip club, huh? Taehyung chuckled, shaking his head in disbelief, although he really wasn't surprised at all. He poked his tongue out and ran the wet muscles over his dry lips, his chocolate orbs twinkling in amusement. Well, aren't you full of surprises, doll? Taehyung pressed his foot down on the pedal and stopped his car in the parking lot next to the club Jungkook had sent him the address of. His chocolate eyes explored the place in one, stopping on every figure who would enter or exit the building. He was curious and rightfully so, as it was his first time actually visiting a strip club. His eyes subconsciously searched for a particular boy, but upon realizing he wasn't here, they averted back to the door, on which you could see a neon sign that said Singularity, and right under that sign there was another one that said Strip Club. Singularity? Was that the name of the strip club? It was such an odd name, but Taehyung didn't question it and just pushed the door open. A strong scent of alcohol, sweat and perfume hit him all at once, causing him to cough at the sour mix of smell. His eyes explored the room curiously, taken in the foreign scenery. It was nothing like he had imagined. It was a huge round room. In the center of that room was the stage with 3 poles on it. There were 5 dancers on the stage, but none of them was Jungkook, much to Taehyung's disappointment. However, once he took a glance at the bar, he caught a glimpse of the boy, who was busy chatting with another male. Taehyung took a deep breath and walked up to where the younger was, clearing his throat to get his attention. Immediately, Jungkook's eyes snapped up and the blonde smirked, shamelessly checking the older out. But could you blame him? The man was quite the sight, with his smooth raven hair that was pushed back to expose his forehead and his scald unreadable iris glistening with lust. He was dressed fancy too, a red suit to be precise, a red suit that made him look older than he was. But hell, Jungkook wasn't complaining. If you can't talk, you might as well use your mouth for something else, doll. Taehyung's deep velvety voice snapped him out of his thoughts. He felt his cheeks warm up at the older's comment and cursed internally, for he wasn't used to someone being so blunt and direct with him. So what was it about Kim Taehyung that made him feel so small and submissive? The poor boy felt like it was his first time flirting with an attractive man, though it really wasn't. I'm sorry, he settled with after a moment of silence, unable to come up with a comeback to the other's crude words. What did you say before that? I was focusing on something else and didn't hear you. Taehyung chuckled, the raspy sound sending shivers down Jungkook's spine. Yeah, I could see that. You were definitely focused on something else. The oldest of the two laughed airily. Why are you standing here anyway? Thought you worked here. He then carried on, curious about what the blonde could be doing in this place. Jungkook turned his head to face Taehyung, making eye contact with him for a couple of seconds, during which the older couldn't help but notice how his orbs were extinguished, how they failed to display emotions. It caused goosebumps to erupt everywhere on his arms and legs and chills to go down his spine. Never had he ever seen something so dark yet so captivating at the same time. "I don't work today," said Jungkook after taking a sip of his drink, breaking the eye contact. "I work as a waiter on the weekend and as a stripper during the week, but today is my day off," he clarified. "I see," Taehyung hummed. No matter how hard he tried, he just couldn't get Jungkook's dark set of eyes off his mind. There was something about them, something intriguing, melancholic almost. Well, Taehyung started again, clearing his throat before leaning on the counter as well, smirking at the younger. "Now I know that you don't work today, but I hope you don't mind if I ask for a private show." At these words, Jungkook's eyes twinkled with a glint of lust. Taehyung had definitely piqued his interest with this sentence. "If you want a private show, you'll need to pay," he finally said, voice neutral. Taehyung let out a guttural laugh at the younger's remark, shaking his head in disbelief. "I need to pay you?" he snickered. "How do I know you're worth my money? You haven't proven yourself yet, darling." At that, Jungkook straightened up. "Well, I could do it now." "Do it then." At that, the corner of Jungkook's plum strawberry lips curved upwards in a satisfied smirk. He put down his drink, thanking the bartender with a brief nod of his head. He pivoted in such a manner that he was now facing the taller man, and for a second he didn't say anything, just stared at the handsome features on the other's face. It wasn't a hesitation, no. Jungkook never hesitated. There was no room in his mind for such a feeling, no room for uncertainty or anything that would crack his facade. So no, it wasn't hesitation, like an appreciation of art, like you would stop to admire the perfectly sculptured Greek statues in rich people's gardens. Somehow, Taehyung resembled these works of art. He had features that even Apollo himself would envy. The desire to claim this beauty made Jungkook feel alive again, like every single time he had met a beautiful man, yet somehow this time felt different. As he took a hold of Taehyung's scarlet red tie and tugged on it to make the man lower his head a little, all he could feel was excitement. Not the usual excitement that comes within lust, no, excitement to have Taehyung for himself, like you would be excited to own a very refined piece of art. Jungkook took a step forward, closing the distance between Taehyung and himself. His obsidian eyes trailed on the older's mouth for a second before he smashed his lips over the others, tightening his grip around his tie. He didn't even think about his surroundings, merely letting himself get lost in the feeling of Taehyung's lips against his own. Soon they were moving against each other, eager to feel more, to take control of the other. Taehyung's arm flew to his tiny waist, his large hands squeezing the youngest skin. Jungkook let out a surprised yell, and Taehyung didn't let such a perfect occasion slip. His hands traveled up the boy's spine, trailing down on his neck before it found home in his blonde locks of hair tugging at the roots. He pulled away from the kiss and stared at the younger in silence, tilting his head to the right to get a better view of his face. "There's no use in fighting," he said, somewhat amused. "I'm the one in control. I'm the one who leads. And you?" He stopped for a minute, observing how Jungkook's eyes exchanged. He deadpanned. "Understood?" he questioned upon receiving no response from the younger. He tugged on the blonde's hair a little harder and smirked at him, quite pleased with how this was going so far. Jungkook was showing little to no resistance. He wasn't even trying to oppose whatsoever. But for how long? Taehyung wanted to test it out. Test Jungkook. Push him beyond his limits in so many ways. Personal enjoyment, that is. Nothing more, nothing less. Understood. Jungkook's soft voice put an end to the silence. Taehyung let out a hum, and released the boy's hair, showing his hand in his pocket instead. Good. Now let's go somewhere more private, yeah? Jungkook closed the door behind them, resulting in him and Taehyung standing in the same room alone. Both of them knowing exactly why they were here. Yet Jungkook had this strange feeling of uncertainty in his lower abdomen, mixed with anticipation and excitement. Never had he met someone like Kim Taehyung, the first boy who made him feel at a loss of words in a very long time. And because the raven-haired male was so unpredictable both in his choice of words and in his actions, Jungkook felt a bit nervous, especially since it was his first encounter with the latter, and he hadn't gotten the time to figure him out yet, which only added to his burning desire to learn more about this curious character and to use him until he got tired of him. As soon as Jungkook closed the door, he was pushed against the same door he had just closed. Pair of lips hovering over his pale neck and two lustful eyes looking at him up and down. Taehyung leaned in and pressed his body against Jungkook's, eliciting a sharp breath from the blonde. Where would all your confidence go, Jungkookie? Taehyung purred against the flesh of his neck, teeth grazing the skin in a teasing manner that sent shivers down the shorter male's spine. I'm quite disappointed, to be honest. You were so promising in your text. Said you were amazing. And you seemed oh so sure of yourself. Didn't you, darling? Jungkook's eyes flickered open and he blinked dumbly at the older, slowly coming back to his senses. Where did all that go, huh? Taehyung smirked. Jungkook let out a broken cry, eyes squeezed shut at the unexpected touch. It was painful, sure, but yet it felt good. If you're so good at this, then prove it. Jungkook gulped audibly. There was something about Taehyung that made him doubt himself and his capacities. But he shouldn't. He was good at this. He knew it. And he was going to prove it. Using all of his strength, Jungkook pushed himself off the wall and grabbed Taehyung's tie again to crash their lips together in yet another heated kiss. After some time, Taehyung pulled the locks of the blonde male, which made the latter whine at the loss of heat. Told you I'm in control, doll. You do nothing unless I say so. Got it? He wanted to know, but Jungkook knew full well that there was only one right answer. Yes. Good. Now get on the bed. The room was filled with loud raspy groans. Good boy, Taehyung whispered when Jungkook opened his eyes to stare at him, looking strangely innocent considering the circumstances. Taehyung chuckled at how surprised and lost the boy looked. The corner of his lips curved into a big smile. You have no idea how pretty you look like this, ruined. Jungkook had no idea what that meant, nor how he looked. But he sure as hell knew this wasn't going to be a one-time thing. There was no way he would ever let go of whatever Taehyung had given him.